हेलो एंड गुड मॉर्निंग। हम आ गए हैं आपके पास फिर से वीकली राउंडअप लेके। वीक बहुत ही ज़्यादा एक्साइटिंग रहा है और हमने थर्सडे का ट्रेडिंग सेशन देखा और पूरा वीक देखा किस तरीके से वॉलेटिलिटी मेंटेन रही और वही हमको बताया था एके ने। आज हम सो सॉरी, थोड़ा आपको डिस्टरबेंस फील हो सकता है बिकॉज आई एम आउटसाइड ऑफिस और as you can see, Ankit is with us already. Hi, Ankit. Good
हाय।
morning. आई
गुड
थिंक
मॉर्निंग, गुड मॉर्निंग।
आज आपका ही इनपुट पूरी तरीके से होने वाला है। आई एम नॉट इन अ पोजिशन टू गिव दैट मच ऑफ ब्रीफ। तो
दैट्स ओके।
बताएं कैसे रहा वीक।
पहले तो रचित, आई मस्ट एडमिट दैट इवन आई एम अ लिटिल stumped, along with many others, about what happened particularly on Thursday. Not too much of a surprise on overall weekly movement. uh, but yeah, but let me just take you through the week, and then I will just how what happened on Thursday. I will just touch about upon that on a little detail. uh, जैसे आपको याद रहेगा कि लास्ट वीकेंड सारे टेक्निकल इंडिकेटर्स काफी नेगेटिव में थे, एंड आई हैड साउंडेड अ वर्ड ऑफ कॉशन कि इट विल बी अ वॉलेटाइल वीक। गैप डाउन ओपनिंग भी हो सकती है मंडे को, जो इनफैक्ट हुई। स्लाइट गैप डाउन थी इनफैक्ट। वी सॉ अ वीक मंडे लो of 24755, which also happens to be the lowest point of the week. तो वो खुलते के साथ ही वो फर्स्ट 1 आवर में, 1.5 आवर्स में 24755 जो टच करके ऊपर गया है। फुल मंडे एंड ट्यूसडे इट काइंड ऑफ went up beyond 25,000, and it stayed in that range for the entire Monday and Tuesday, and which is what I had expected, that sideways movement will happen around 25,000. That is one thing. Okay, it did not touch 24,600, which I thought was kind of a danger zone to break. It did not touch, so it went up and it stayed in that small range. So that was okay till about Tuesday. It was okay till about Wednesday. Also, half of the day it fell down back to 25,000 levels. So again, nothing to worry about here. I'm really relaxed that अभी कुछ नहीं होगा, रेंज में है, कंसोलिडेशन हो रहा है, अच्छा है, दिस इज गुड फॉर द मार्केट. What happens on Thursday, and what happens on Thursday specifically 2 p.m., we are again trading in the range. We opened, okay, fine, we opened positive, and we trade in a very short range till about 2 p.m. And then suddenly it's like somebody put in a put the phone on charge or something like that. It just went up like 500, 400, 500 points on Nifty in the last 1.5 hours odd. So that was a little baffling to most people in the markets. But yeah, but हमारा काम है कि how क्या हुआ, कैसे हुआ, तो to figure out what happened. So of course our job started ki what is happening, why is this happening. So we started collating data and started analyzing why what happened on Thursday. The FII buying increased drastically ऑन दैट डे. अगर आप उस दिन का फिगर देखेंगे तो मतलब कुछ 1800 करोड़ का डीआईए सेलिंग के अगेंस्ट 7,500 करोड़ का एफआईआई बाइंग है. तो अगर आप वो देखो तो आपको लगता है कि हाँ ठीक है. एंड सडनली एट 2 o'clock, राइट, लेफ्ट एंड सेंटर अक्रॉस द बोर्ड एफआईआई बाइंग वाज देयर. So yeah, so that's a lot of hot money chasing those high beta stocks. So that happened. Thirdly, government has announced over the week, has announced uh, some areas may they have announced SOPs and everything. There is a 1 lakh crore, 1 lakh 2,000 crores or something specially allocated to EV sector. A lot of defense announcements were made when the PM was in Singapore. So उसके अगेंस्ट अगर आप देखें तो थोड़े डिफेंस स्टॉक्स, थोड़े ईवी बेस्ड स्टॉक्स ऊपर गए हैं. Your CPI and WPI both are slightly higher but still under 4%. So that is within the comfort zone of RBI. So ये तीन चार डेटा पॉइंट्स हैं, प्लस स्ट्रॉन्ग एफआईआई बाइंग, plus global rate cuts, ye there were acha, all of this accumulated together and pushed the market up by 300 points. And now Thursday being expiry day, weekly expiry day, what happened? The whole lot of negativity which was coming from last week, the shorts, they got stuck. So अब shorts are stuck with 1 hour to go for expiry. As a result, what happened? All short covering started. So जब बाजार 300 पॉइंट ऊपर है और शॉर्ट कवरिंग फिर चालू हुई है, तो 200 पॉइंट और ऊपर गया फिर. So clearly it was like, one thing led to other. It was a culmination of many, many, many things. So one thing led to other, and then we see a good 500 point rally on Nifty on Thursday. It touched a new high at you know 25,416, which is new life high. In fact, on the closing basis also 25,389 is the life high on the closing basis, which was attained on Thursday. Okay, so coming to Friday now, the Friday, of course, after a day like this, you can never expect fireworks the next day also. So it was like a mellow down kind of session on Friday. Range bound 100 पॉइंट की रेंज में था, थोड़ा नीचे था, but it still is giving a very strong technical indicator. Still in the buy zone. It has not broken down main technical levels. So basically, having said all of this, this week was a very, very stable week, I would say. Volatility, I saw the volatility index from last week's 15 plus levels. It has gone down to 12 and a half. This is one again positive indicator.
In the entire discussion, I was just waiting for you to talk about Wix. You finally, make it come in. So,
Right.
in that case, when we are entering into another week, wherein things are looking more stable, so do we need to understand it like this, that next week we might hit another high, or how do you see the next week panning up?
Okay. So the week ahead. Okay, if you pick up last 2 weeks, how the week has ended, previous week has ended, has absolutely no bearing on what the week has been. जैसे लास्ट वीक एंड हुआ बहुत नेगेटिव इंडिकेटर में और ये वीक पॉजिटिव था, उससे पहले आपको याद होगा कि काफी पॉजिटिवली एंड हुआ था उससे पहले वाला वीक, और पूरा वीक नेगेटिव गया था. तो मतलब इस बेसिस पे कि ये बोलना थोड़ा नईव रहेगा कि ये वीक अच्छा गया है तो अगला वीक अच्छा जाएगा. बट हैविंग सेड दैट, मेरे को एक चीज में ये डिफरेंस लगा है इस वीक में. देयर आर टू मेजर थिंग्स. वन, this rally can be substituted by genuine data points, genuine reasoning, and genuine triggers. We know what are the triggers of this rally. We know that the data point in India is good. IIP ले लो, inflation ले लो. We know that globally rate cuts are happening. We also know that government is announcing a lot more, expenditure on various sectors than it has done in the last quarter. तो ये सारी चीजें हैं जो एक्चुअली बिल्डअप करती है, एक जस्टिफिकेशन देती हैं कि ये जो ऊपर गया है ये जस्टिफाइड है. इस जब तक जस्टिफाइड नहीं लगता है तब तक उस पर रिलाय नहीं कर सकते आप. तो ये रैली जो मेरे को लगता है, अच्छा, नाउ कमिंग टू द आउटकम्स. नेक्स्ट वीक कुड बी वन ऑफ टू थिंग्स. आइदर वी कुड कंसोलिडेट, continue to consolidate, but at a higher level. Going by technicals, we have made two uh, double top, a double top at 25,100 to 25,120 level. So going down under that is looking a little tough for me. So something really major has to happen for that levels to break now, in my opinion. तो मुझे वो बेस लगता है. अपसाइड अभी मैं नहीं बोल सकता हूँ क्योंकि अपसाइड वी आर एट अ अनचार्टेड जोन. So we have touched 25,400 plus, but we have not stayed there. So two things can happen. Either we can consolidate between 25,100 and 25,500, 600. In that range we can move in this whole week. Or we can touch a fresh high like you said, because ये जिस स्ट्रेंथ में ये वीक बंद हुई है, जिस पोजीशन में, एंड combined with combined with another triggers in place, reasoning in place, combined with less volatility, upside with less volatility. So these indicators are indicating that the strength is sort of genuine. It is not, some made up thing which will vanish, which will go away. So I feel that I यहाँ से अभी टूटना इस वीक में गोइंग फॉरवर्ड मुझे नहीं दिखता है. 25,100 के नीचे मुझे इस वीक में नहीं दिख रहा है. इट कैन आइदर प्ले इन दिस रेंज और इट कैन गो एंड टच अ न्यू हाई. One of the two events is my understanding of this.
सो इन दैट केस शुड वी एक्सपेक्ट कि आपका पुराना डायलॉग वापस आ जाएगा कि शॉर्ट नहीं करना है?
नहीं, बिल्कुल नहीं करना है, नहीं करना है, बिल्कुल नहीं करना है. शॉर्ट बिल्कुल नहीं करना है. इनफैक्ट आई वाज रीडिंग थ्रू सम डेटा व्हेन दिस थर्सडे रन अप हैपेंड. Call writers
हम्म.
have got stuck. All bear straddles, all such option strategies have completely got struck, as calls which were 20 rupees have gone up to 300 rupees in that one day, in that 1 2 hours actually, if you see that. तो वो क्या है, मतलब टू क्रिएट सच ए पोजीशन इन ऑप्शंस स्पेशली, where some this rapid movement can completely uh, you know get you by the neck. You should not get into that. मैं अभी भी बोल रहा हूँ कि शॉर्ट नहीं करना चाहिए. शॉर्ट नहीं करना चाहिए. आप भले वेट कर लीजिए, लॉन्ग ऊपर भाव में लॉन्ग कर लीजिए, कोई बात नहीं, वेट कर लीजिए, चलेगा. शॉर्ट करना is very risky in this market. It's a very, very risky market.
So should we summarize it like this, that in next week we have a very strong support line near 25,100.
Correct.
We might not see a new high, but the range that this week has created, we will be hovering somewhere near that range, or we might hit a new high. But हाँ,
Hmm.
short नहीं करना है. And
Short
I
नहीं
think
करना.
that summarizes the entire
I
week.
just missed. I just missed out on one thing. While U.S. Fed policy is on 18th, which is in coming
Right.
week, and we have
Hmm.
played around that, and we have factored in everything and all that. The
Right.
event is still the event. आप अगर
Hmm.
देखें तो इन्फ्लेशन उनका बढ़ के ही आया है. Their inflation is not, it is comfortable. It is in line with expectation, but it is still above.